is Andy Ginter. He's the inventor and also the chief architect of our desktop as a service solution, which we call AHP. And my name is Gerhard Hafner, and this session has two unique specialities. The first one is that our AHP solution has been developed for a long time, more than 10 years. And in a 5 months' time, we managed to include or integrate our AHP solution into HPE Synergy. And how that works, this is going to be the session to see that. The second thing is, we are probably the only session here who has a live demo afterwards. So I'm keeping my talking very short to give Andy afterwards the possibility to show you the thing in real. But first of all, let me introduce the company CANCOM. CANCOM has its 25th year of existence, and we have the 1 billion euro revenue last year, and we are about 3,000 employees, more than 2,700 at least. And our business is built on 3 pillars. The first pillar is we are a system integrator. That means you can buy hardware, software, and services. Also, we are Platinum HPE partner doing hundreds of millions with HPE. The second pillar is that we have 4 data centers in Germany where we operate more than 700 customers with more than 110,000 end users. And the third thing is that we are a cloud transformation partner, which means we accompany the customer on the journey into the cloud. And we also have projects in digitalization and IoT. And we have been awarded for this from, let's say, the German Gartner for 7 years in a row to be in the leaders quadrant. And our only competitor, as you can see, is the Deutsche Telekom, which is not that bad, I must say. So, to set the things for this session, we're talking about desktop as a service. And I have to tell you a story from about four weeks ago. I had a meeting with a guy. He works for a bookstore, a large bookstore with huge data centers. And he had a tablet with him. And so he wanted to show a presentation. He put the tablet on the table, plugged it in, suddenly something popped up and said we have to do a software update. And it's only a okay, it's not a cancel. So he pressed it and then the machine was gone for 20 minutes. Things happen. That means if you look at the end user has various forms of an expectance to a desktop as a service. Being secure, being virtual, and also having services accompanied which are not standard in regular installations. Like for instance, everybody is used from the mobile phones to use an app store. Yeah, it's fair, easy, straightforward. For the last 10 years, you go into the app store, you say, I want this application, you download it, it works. Is that the same with end user devices? Probably not everywhere. That means this issue, we are facing this issue and we are also addressing this issue. That means you get a portal where you have an app store where you can download a standard legacy application like Microsoft Project or an SAP GUI or anything like that. But there's more to come. I mean, we are addressing a lot of different end user demands. On the one hand, end users want to be mobile. They want to work on a tablet and then afterwards maybe on a laptop, and they want to see the same look and feel, the same apps, and also want to have access to the same data that they had worked on before. Secondly, they want to be, maybe there's a desktop which has special performance needs. That means he's like having a CAD software or something which he has to do 3D graphics or anything. We are addressing that issue. And then of course there's special, let's say, end user clients, which are maybe in retail at a cashier, or in a hotel at a reception, or maybe even in a production environment where the same issues apply. So the four main pillars which we built our software on is, first of all, it's important to have an employee experience. That means the end user who is working with the device wants to be flexible, he wants to work from home, he wants to work at different locations, and he wants to use the device he wants to choose. Secondly, we have the security issues. That means if data is stored locally, and I've had colleagues who lost their laptop in the plane, and the data is on the laptop, then, and I don't have to say anything about malware, ransomware, WannaCry, whatever. Third point is the agility. That means if your company or the company that you're working for is facing, let's say, a huge increase in productivity or buying new companies, they have to add on maybe hundreds or maybe 1,000 users very fast. Also, when there's a carve-out, that means the company is being put out of an existing company and founding a new company, and they suddenly have to deal with needing a new IT instantly. These are the issues we are addressing. And last, of course, we want to optimize total cost of ownership, and this is where our solution is going to take place. And now you say, okay, what's so special about that? I have terminal services, or maybe I have Citrix servers. I mean, there's one thing when coming from the IT operations side, that on the one hand, of course you can build it yourself, but there are thousands and thousands of companies out there who have their own software distribution, who have their own Active Directory management, who have terminal server farms, and have to deal with all of these end user demands that I just mentioned. So the thing is, why build it yourself when you can buy it and only use it? So I say the current business benefits that we have, they are so important for this solution that I just wanted to show you 4 points which are really important. First thing is, if you use that solution, your operations will have a certain percentage of savings. We have seen cases where there were 30% operational cost savings. The standard administration of all of these software distributions and everything else is eliminated. And now, what has been added with our new solution in the last 5 months, we implemented this AHP solution on an HPE Synergy, and in 5 months we have 3 customers in production. The thing is that from our console, you can then automatically provision hardware on a Synergy system and can also monitor it and administer it. It's going through one view, but you don't have to start one view, you only have to use our AHP console. And this is going to be shown by Andy in a demo where I will hand you over now.
Thank you. Yeah, hello together from my side. Now I want to show you and explain the architecture of our AHP platform. AHP means application hosting platform. So what we do, we deliver the application to the end user, not just the desktop as a service platform, not just installing of servers or machines. No, we want to build our digital workspace, so we want to bring the end user application to the user. So that means we need a software deployment system, we need customization, we need hardening, we need a lot of things that at the end, when the user starts an application, it's ready to use. Because a user should do its work and not doing and handle with IT and fixing things or configure its own client or desktop. For that, let's have a look at this architecture. We have here on the left side are 4 different kind of workplaces. Could be an office, could be at home, in a home office, could be a performance workplace, because sometimes you have CAD or desktop publishing, they need 3D performance. Could also be a task worker place or also an offline client. And what all the clients have together, they just connect over our secure access to our data centers. Must not be always in our data center. We also deploy and install a platform on your side, so like a private cloud. Yeah? So it's not necessary that you consume our service. You can also have it installed on premise. Yeah, so we connect over our secure access to the platform. And at first the user come to our digital workspace area, and that is on the top view, the AHP1. It is a portal. So in this portal, there is a dashboard for the user. There are the point where the user starts the session into the data center. There are the application store, the app store, where the user can book application, have a look what is there, and need any new application, then it's available there. Also our self-service, user forgot the password, he can reset the password. So all about this stuff is for the user in the web portal. We will show that later in the live demo. And after that, the user gets to any kind of desktop, any kind of workplace. And it could be a shared desktop, like a terminal server, without or with Citrix technologies. Could be an individual desktop if the user needs a bit more performance or special rights or special application installed. The performance desktop is then also in CAD applications necessary with 3D cards like NVIDIA, Kepler or Maxwell or Pascal cards. And last but not least, we have the classic desktop. We still have notebooks, offline clients, classic installed clients. And what we deliver to all these clients are the application what we have. So when we set up a platform and customer side, then we have a huge amount of already pre-packaged applications, so like Office or Adobe or SAP. So when you want to make a project, then we want not to think about how to install Office. No, we have that ready to use. We just go to you, build up the platform, and then we concentrate on your needs, on your application to integrate them. This was now the user side, what to see. The next thing is we need for that an infrastructure. And the infrastructure is the main part an automation system, of course, and we need a lot of servers and storage and networks, but also an automation system to bring that all together. And in also that thing are the built-in packages. So what I told, this big pot of packages what we bring with that we can start fast on the customer side. Yeah, there are some things like security, we have rights and role management, we have multi-tenancy, or in the management level we have also tools to manage the platform. The platform are many different products like VMware or terminal services or automation system, and sometimes it's not easy to manage all about this. And we want for the operation guys have just a single platform, a layer where they can manage all these things. Yeah, and we have the next is the bridge, so we also connect to the public clouds like Office 365 or Azure directories to consume application from them, and also we have an API that other can dig into our system and automate things there. Yeah, so this is just in the picture the connection to hyperscaler to other public clouds. Why we are here now? So because we need for that platform infrastructure. We need server storage and all about that. And the best fit, the best match for that is to use HPE Synergy. Because in this platform we found everything what we need to build and run that platform. And especially for that, we developed an interface that we also can automate from our software stack over the API from HPE Synergy, the OneView API, that we can manage also the Synergy platform. And we will show later how we deploy a new machine, a new server, fully automated from our management. Here we have an architecture picture about that. We have on the left side, you saw already what I explained, the whole AHP architecture. Inside there is our middleware, our framework, and at this point we connect with our provider DLL. At the end we develop the provider DLL to the API, what is now on the other side connected to HPE OneView, what is running on the HPE Synergy. And that is the thing where we come together and achieve the maximum of optimization. Now this is the complete picture. We also run our workloads, our farms, our servers, our desktops, of course, on Synergy compute nodes, and have on the top thing the connection. Yeah, now let's make the live demo. So please switch now to my demo desktop, and then we have a look at some scenarios how we work. I just connect here from a web browser to our system. It's running in a data center in Germany, and what you now see is just a user view. So we are starting with the dashboard. A user, okay, I am now a developer, I have a lot of desktops there. Usually a user just have one desktop or two desktops. So it means that's a terminal server farm, a virtual desktop, it's a special Linux desktop, and all about this. And the user just go there and start a session. Let's just do this. So I go just to this farm P11 and start it. Now a client component is launching, connecting to the data center, and now just display data are transferring to me. And yeah, so that's my name now. The logon script is running. This is the first time that I log on at that machine, so a new profile is generating. So when you create a new user, the user needs a profile. So and now the processing is running, the logon scripts are working, and set up my whole desktop. You see very quickly there are some applications, maybe you know, there was Firefox, there was Office, there was SAP, a lot of applications are configuring now, and at the end I have a ready-to-use desktop. And now it's up. So this was the first time to log on the desktop, and I can immediately use any application on it. So, and also when you have a look, maybe SAP, okay, I have no SAP backend now here, but everything what the user needs is already pre-configured. So there is nothing what the user have to do. Yeah, the desktop itself is secure, is hardened. When you have a look, for example, in the control panel, there is nothing that the user can manipulate or do. It's just a place for working. Yeah, now let's have a look what else can we do in the point of user view. We can go into the App Store and can see what applications we have. We have there maybe Firefox or Freeman, many applications, and there are symbols like a chart. We can book that application or we can remove it. If is there, for example, a lock like here, it means there is an improvement process behind. So anybody have to approve that application that I get it. So this was just in general that you know what we understand under the name digital workspace. So a workspace with applications, with desktops, with a bit self-service, the performance, the user can log in and consume the application. But on the other side, we need on the data center side a lot of infrastructure, a lot of machines and processes that we can achieve that. And now we look a bit into the management console, how it works. So I connect again to the data center where we can now look into the management console. Now I make a maximum window that we can see it exactly. And the management console itself also needs to be admin rights to go on there, and there are a lot of configure things. So you can have their roles and rights, you have some parameters, you have also the connection to the backend system now. So it means I need an Active Directory, there are some credentials, I need a file system, I need maybe Exchange services, VMware, a lot of things. Also there is a connection to Office 365. So when you want to deploy Office 365, you need a license from Microsoft. So we also book automatically the license on that platform. And what we especially do here with HPE is that we also connect to the one view running on the Composer on the HPE Synergy system. So you just see that it's the REST API, the REST tool where we connect. I say just test connection, and we already check the system that it's running. But what we do now with that? For example, I just create now a new machine. So I have a terminal server farm where a lot of users are working, but there are too much workload. We need more servers. In a usual scenario, about 100 concurrent users can work on one server, and now it's time that we deploy a new server. You see here now a bit the structure of the Active Directory, and I just need to select an organization unit where the servers are resist, and there is a farm. And at this point, I see there is, at the moment for demo, just one machine deployed. So we have here a server deployed running on a Synergy compute node. And what I want to do now is just create a new machine. So the operation guy go into that menu, select here a workflow. I want for that farm a new machine. And then see now the connection. So if you have more Synergy systems, it's possible to select now on which Synergy frame you want to deploy a machine. And when I click next, then already in the new machine name, the host name of the machine is automatically generated. And now I can here select already the server profile. So these guys who knows a bit about Synergy, they know I need a server profile template. And here is a server profile template for a terminal server. And I also can select here a new free compute module. In this case, it is a Gen 9 module where I can deploy the machine. And yeah, you can, if you want, also deploy with a new firmware, a new support, a service pack. This step we don't do that because it goes a bit faster. I just say next, I just get the summary there, and if I click create now the machine is creating on the Synergy. Not from this website here, the website here is doing nothing. There is there on the bottom here, job queue. So now on the backend system is a service running, and this service is now connecting to the REST API to OneView and creating that machine. That it is really true what I'm telling you. We have looked into the Synergy OneView now. These guys who knows about that console knows, okay, this is OneView, here's the dashboard about all the machines. And when I have a look into there, and just to set this filter, then we see on this symbol here, you see there is an activity running. So at the moment, that is creating a new compute node. And when we dig into that, then we can see into the details that a machine is creating. At the moment, here at this point, yeah, you can see that. Here at this point, on the interconnects are now creating on the to give network components to the server. So there are many steps now what are doing. When you create a machine, it takes a bit time, yeah, because the machine have to switch on, switch off, have to boot sometimes. And later is the BIOS configuration doing also from OneView. So all these steps, all the configuration is now doing by OneView, and our management console is just waiting. Now it's about 10%, and I can have a look inside there and see about the detailed steps, what is already done. So there are a lot of things what to do, and so we can look back there. This is finished now. The first network interface, the second interface is still in process, and also the management guys, the operation guys, when they make just a refresh here, then they see the new machine already. Here is the machine. It's still red because the machine is off. It's not running this server. But I can also launch from this central management console the ILO and can have a look on the screen of the server what's doing. Yeah, at the moment it's still switched off because OneView is still creating and deploying some steps what are necessary. And now you see here applying BIOS settings. So everything is in our template and running. During that process, we look a bit farther. What else can we do? Later we look back and see how the machine is booting and running. So what else we want to do is, for example, the operation guys want to see a bit monitoring. So we have a component there. It is reporting and monitoring that we see in one dashboard, in one view, how is our system running. That is now about how many user sessions are connected. This is now our demo system, so our just 10 sessions are connected. We also see about the antivirus system. Yeah, so there are 2 virus scanners are not running. Also the HPE system, everything is green. And then we can also dig a bit deeper into that report and can see, okay, there are 2 virus scanners are not running. Okay, then I have to do something more. So also in the HPE Synergy, I can also dig into see I have physical machines, they are all green. I have some machines assigned a profile, some are free, some machines failed with anything with profile assignment, maybe there are not enough storage or something like that. And you have here a list of all the inventory what we have. Also other things are there, like the clients, they are connecting to our platform. We can see about the clients, the Windows clients or Mac clients, Linux clients, all about that. So it is just for the operation guys that they have a quick view about the platform and can make some reports. Yeah, now let's go back again and have a look what our Synergy is doing. Yeah, you see now on the idle screen that the machine is switching on, that the machine do some configuration, and yeah, that's what I want to show you here in the demo. I have some slides left, then please switch back to the slides and we can have a look the rest of there. Yeah. In our central management console, we have that provider framework, what we already saw, that we connect to any other backend system. So these are more and more developing to connect other systems. It's not depending on any vendor, so we are here open and integrate whatever we need in our projects of our customer. When you create a new terminal server, a machine, it's not just create a new server on Synergy. It's one big part, of course, yeah? But you need more. You need an Active Directory an object. You need to create the server profile. You need to create in Citrix or remote desktop service delivery controller some configuration. The main part is our automation system, DSM, what at the end deploy the operating system, deploy the application, make the OS hardening. This is the main part because there are tons of applications are included what the user are consuming. So we have for that a workflow. We can adjust this workflow to the customer needs and to its environment. Yeah, here what we saw in the live demo is that the Synergy is doing all the steps and has its own workflow, its own template. And after that, when the Synergy is finished with the base deploy process, Pixie boot is starting and starts to deploy the operating systems. And at this console, we just see all the single packages in our release, what we want to deploy to that machine. And it could be about 200 or 300 different packages, what are containing OS deployments, stuff, the Synergy driver packages, or NVIDIA 3D cards when you want to have the 3D performance, NIC teaming the things, and Windows patches. And what the most important things at this point are the end user applications. So if we look inside there, when you see that all the applications what the user need are now deploying on the machine. And at the end, we have to make the machine secure. It's a terminal server, it's running in the data center. You connect from outside into the data center on that machine, and it must be really secure, that machine. If you get the command line or any admin tools, yeah, you can from inside from the data center make any attacks to other systems. So we have to be secure. We do OS hardening, of course. We have firewalls. We have also east-west firewalls and microsegments and all about this. Yeah. Now we are at the end. I think we are in time. And yeah, I just give back the word to you.
Just a reminder for you that either in the app or just give us feedback on that session. We will be very glad for this.
Oh.
And the last comment is thank you very much for attending our session. And we have a booth over there. It's booth number 262. And we would be glad to answer any questions or give a personal demo or talk to your needs or special requirements that you have. And thank you very much for attending this session.